Hola, soy Julio César Chávez.
That's lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a one-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with Whitey? He's a piece of crap.
With a tear in my eye.
Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Harnish, Andrew Labouche, Miguel Antonio Benagon. We are here to talk about boxing. We cover it each and every week. Feel free to check us out on Facebook. Visit us at fight.net.radio. We will be doing a 75-part in-depth series on the Klitschko brothers with exclusive audio and video on both of our website and our Facebook page. You don't want to miss it. 60 Minutes has actually asked for permission, 4 pieces from our insane Klitschko 75-part mini docudrama. Follow him at Fight Fiend Migs. I know you're not going to believe this. He has broken into the Oscar show, and Miguel will be premiering his 100-part series on the rise and fall of Golden Boy, as told by Oscar De La Hoya, including, because I've already heard the audio, the spoon incident, the fishnet stockings, the current wife, the ex-wife, the next wife, Ryan Garcia, Canelo Alvarez, no Canelo Alvarez. It's mind-blowing that he got 100 pieces of content out of it. We'll be firing those out about twice a day for the next 52 straight days. Please check it out at Fight Fiend Migs. And, of course, Andrew Labouche, he writes a blog. Go read it. How are you, Andrew? That's a funny joke I wrote right there. That's a funny joke, and you didn't laugh, Andrew. I set that joke up well.
Ha!
Should we, hi, Andrew. How was your week?
I was on mute. Yeah, I was on mute.
Man, that was such a strong setup of a joke. It was strong, right, Miguel? I mean, I went all the way with it. We're all killing it with the content, and Andrew writes a blog.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking up. All 3 of us received, I want to get this correct. All 3 of us received a note from our international correspondent, Sam Navagero, who this weekend will be at an event. Hold on, I'm going to bring it up on the page. There you go. I'm going to promote this. All right. We would like, here at Fight Net Radio, we want to promote the people that are most important to us, and singularly the most important person to the show, Sam Navagero. Oi. Aussie.
It's going to be cracking. 4,000 people responded. Whoa.
Look at that. So, hey, everybody, if you're in Australia and your name is not Sam Navagero and you listen to Fight Net Radio, I'm sure there's one of you. Head on over to the plant-based paradise at Queen Victoria Market and go find Sam at the Gelato Gelata something or other. He's got free ice cream for you if you mention this show. In fact, I'm going to invite Miguel and Sam to this event that they told me to promote. Actually, Sam did, but Miguel, you're invited to go to Australia. There's only a 12-day quarantine, so we should start. This is at the Queen Victoria Market from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday. So we're recording this on Tuesday, so this event's probably already happened. But I promised our producer, Sam Navagero, that I would promote this event. Have I done an appropriate job now that he's going to be really pissed off, Andrew?
Yeah, well, I hope you better download this show before Friday.
You would hope, right? Whoever you are, that one other person in Australia, whoever you are in Australia, that one other person who listens to the show, go to Queen Victoria Market. Don't tell me you're on the other side of the island. It's like a long walk from one side of the island to the other. Like, how big is Australia? It's like a block long, right? There's like 5 million people on a block-sized piece of dirt. Sam's just hating on me right now. Listen to this. He's either laughing his ass off or squeezing an email off as he's listening. One more time.
Sell a lot of ice cream.
Oh yeah, huge gelato audience on Fight Net Radio out of Australia. Who will be at Queen Victoria Market? I don't want to be a douche about this. Miguel, what do you think? Two, maybe three people, if we're lucky.
He's gonna sell a lot of gelato. His right arm is gonna be buff as hell from scooping all those damn gelatos every weekend. I mean, this weekend, scooping out those big ass double, triple scoops of gelato.
They're free to fight. All you have to do is say Fight Net Radio, oi oi oi, and you get free ice cream. And the important part is going oi oi
He's
oi.
recorded.
Yeah,
he should put it on his phone. He should record it on his phone.
So,
Send it the video.
Did you read the email or the text he wrote about the oi 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 thing? He goes, that's what basically Australia says. So stop saying it.
Oh man.
Well, I'm not. So Sam, Aussie, oi. Thanks for the suggestion, Sam. I'll make sure that this shows up on every Australian page that I can stick this show on. In fact, I'm going to make it a personal effort to overmarket this event, and I'm going to title it "How to Get Free Ice Cream at Queen Victoria Market."
Shameless plug.
Shameless. As always, let's check in. Andrew, how is your week?
Very good. Everything's good. Everyone's still healthy. Nothing too much to report new.
Junior hasn't gone over the wall. He hasn't turned anything into a prison shank.
They're doing good. And Giovanni seems to be adapting to school now nicely, so those stories have calmed down a lot too. They had to.
I gotta be honest. I'm disappointed.
We were on one call and there's like 9 fucking, I don't know, therapists, at least 6 of them. Dude, hey, I'm like, I know they ain't gonna tell us that everything's okay. I know that. Hey, I know where to put my fucking money. Shit.
Oh, thank you, Andrew. I love your family. I do. God damn. That is awesome. All right, Miguel Antonio Barragan, tell me, how's the wonderful world of Las Vegas? I'm a few weeks away from traveling out to the city that never sleeps. Well, it does currently. We've actually found out that it does sleep. So how is the city?
Doing well so far. I mean, same thing, still working from home. Haven't got a word as to when we're going to make it back to the office, if ever. However, they did explain to me in a recent interview or recent email, my job, that because of my, title, my job, they consider us frontline something or other, that we are now eligible to get the vaccine. So I was like, oh shit. So I'm like, oh, holy shit. And they're like, I strongly encourage you to take the vaccine. They're like, oh shit, son. I don't know about that.
Wow. Are they saying your insurance won't cover it, or you're just not going to get it? Are they basically saying you aren't?
Are all of you guys people of color that they told this to?
Wow. You have to take it to that community.
There might be a bigger story here, Lee. We got that's called 60 Minutes.
Yeah, they're all Barbara Walters. Can I get Barbara Walters?
They're all in the room going, hey, wait a minute.
Yes. Why are we all minorities here? What's happening?
Hi, welcome to Fight Net Radio. Apparently, all three of us are high this evening, and what a great show. I love this show. I love the two of you. I love doing this show. Hey, this is a show about boxing.
But wait a minute. You can't leave it as that. Why did they tell them that?
I don't know. I mean, I guess whatever. I forgot the specific wording. They said like you are quote unquote frontline something or other, some super long ass title, and it means now every employee here is now eligible.
Disposable?
No, I'm pretty sure I would have remembered that. I don't think it said that.
All right, so I'll ask the bigger questions here. I'll ask the bigger questions of Miguel, and of course, hanging myself, so that I can't run for any city office and probably affect my day job. Miguel, is this job predominantly run by Latinos and Hispanics?
I'm going to say no. I'm gonna say
Oh,
no on that one.
All right.
Oh, is it predominantly by white trash of various parts of the country?
I can't say yeah to that. Don't say yeah. He's trying to trap you.
I'm certainly not saying yeah to that. No way.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, my point is perhaps they're just trying to remove an entire economic bracket altogether at your company. And now we have him. Call Barbara Walters.
That's weird.
Is she still on 60 Minutes or is it Anderson Cooper? Anderson Cooper. Call Anderson Cooper. Call the gay guy. Ooh, did I just say that out loud? Are you gay or is anybody on the company staff gay? Perhaps they're eliminating gay people.
And no, not that. I mean, I'm sure it's how my fucking gay, so.
Instead of firing people now, they're just not going to allow them to get the vaccine. No, nope. We're just going to hope it touches.
Yeah, we're just going to natural selection tickets course.
Well, here's my question: are they saying, "Hey, you can't have the vaccine"? Period. Like,
no,
hey,
they're telling us we can. I didn't know we were ineligible prior, but apparently that was the case. But they're just saying, hey, you are now eligible. By all means, we encourage, go ahead and do it. So I'm like, all right.
So maybe they're part of the conspiracy with Pfizer to microchip you.
Oh, that could be it.
I've heard this theory.
I've heard the embryos or some shit. I haven't heard everything at this point. But
and by the way, while we're talking about microchipped, all of you in Australia that have already been microchipped, head on down to the Plant-Based Expo at Queen Victoria Market, where you can have some gelato. Just show up and rub your chipped arm that got the vaccine, and you'll get a free gelato.
Beep.
Thank you.
It's a scan code.
It's so funny.
Hey, look.
About boxing.
Whoa. Dallas Cowboy jersey there.
Oh,
that's cool.
Where? What did I click on the screen?
Move on.
Where? Here? You see
here.
Dallas Cowboy jersey.
Oh, just right there. Bang, number 9. Bang, there it is. Number 9.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking blew it again.
No, we saw it.
What the hell? All right, let me rewind. Here. Here. Where? You guys are killing me. Let's move forward. Hi, this show's about boxing. My name's Lee Harnish. I created this show with Andrew some 15 ridiculous years ago, and we continue to do this thing for some reason.
2006.
2006. We have been mentally masturbating audiences for 15 years.
We had big dreams in 2006. Now we just talk to each other and record it.
We had big dreams in 2007, and then Andrew pushed me out into the ring and goes, "Go get beat up by Danny. You go, big guy." And then Andrew was smoking profusely in my dressing room after the fight, looking at me going, "You threw that fucking fight, didn't you?" Andrew, he was a stud. He threw me off the ground and around the ring. He goes, "Nah, not buying it." He goes, "You weren't ever glassy at any point." Oh well. Onward and upward. This show is about boxing. We will start March 2nd, and we will move our way to March 9th. There were no fights really to talk about except, well, should we just get her out of the way right now? Joining us on the line right now from Atlanta, after becoming the two-time, two-division, 16-belt holder and still just making minimum wage, Clarissa Shields. Hey!
Clarissa, how we missed you in action.
Did you see my fight?
Did she knock the girl out this time? Clarissa, did you knock her out?
No.
Last I read, she did not.
No, I haven't knocked anybody out since 1972.
That'd be the main reason why Layla Ali would come back to fight her for $5 million. She don't have the power to stop anyone. I think Layla wouldn't be scared to come back and fight her just for the money, if the money was right.
I'm better than Layla.
You probably are at this time. I'm just saying you don't have the power to fucking knock out anyone, so Layla Ali would probably get in the ring with you for $5 million.
Knock your bitch ass out.
You should just talk to Al Heyman, try to get that $5 million. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Big
Get that Mayweather cash.
There you go.
Honey, I got one of those calculators. Hold on.
I got one of those calculators.
$4 million for my next fight.
Showtime hands them out when they sign their fighters. So here, you take this home.
That's a calculator.
You take this home, and whenever we talk about numbers, you use only this calculator.
Oh, so funny. That would be so funny. And it's solar too, right? It's like the 1980s solar one you have to hold out in the sun. It doesn't even work under regular room light. It's the shitty one you got at school with your school books.
Yep. And then you dial like 8008. You do the boobs thing where you write boobs upside down or something.
That's all that there is. There is only writing the words boobs upside down on a calculator. There's nothing else to discuss about those calculators.
Total that is 20 million. Total 20 million. That's all it says all day.
Speaking of 20 million, hey, with the fight only a week away, Estrada Chocolatito card was finally finalized. There is nobody on the undercard. So before we get into this a little bit later on, is there any reason, Miguel Antonio Barragan, to watch Estrada Chocolatito at all?
Well, the main event, of course. So I will actually, newsflash, I will be traveling to Texas to watch this fight as my birthday gift to myself.
Nice.
Because I
we couldn't get press credentials still. We're not allowed in the bubble.
We're not allowed in the bubble. Every email they send out, they're like, please don't talk to us about credentials. We're still working on it. And they have yet to say anything. So yeah, that's a no-go for that. But I'm gonna visit them. I'm gonna travel down there to Texas and see how it is. From what I understand, everybody is taking off their masks, and I will not because I'm not from there, so I'm gonna leave mine on. Yeah, I'm gonna check down. I'm gonna head on down there. I don't know about the undercard, but the main event, I'm 100% on board. It is a rematch. It is a unification match that we've been waiting for a while. So yes, at the very least, tune in for the main event.
Miguel Antonio Barragan, follow-up question: will your business allow you to travel over state lines?
Well, I'm not sure how to answer that. The best way I can say is they're not allowing me. So I'm gonna take that as a green light.
You're going for ask forgiveness later on.
Yes.
I like that. I turn to you, Andrew Lavachet, the watcher of all things boxing that are not Showtime. Tell me, what do you feel about Chocolatito?
I'm interested more in what Estrada is going to bring to this fight. We've seen Chocolato's under the big lights. It's nothing special. I'm looking more forward into seeing if Juan Estrada can seal the deal on this division and take Chocolatito out once and for all.
There you go. Moving forward with our day. Ramirez Taylor T is officially signed for May 22nd. WBC, WBO champion Jose Ramirez, 26-0, 17 KOs. Will fight IBF WBA champion Josh Taylor, 17-0, 13 KOs for the undisputed 140-pound world championship Saturday, May 22nd. It will be televised on ESPN, the location, venue, and the undercard will be announced. Bob, yes, Bob, it's your turn. Had this to say: this is the best that boxing has to offer. And I know I say that shit a lot about these fights, but this time I really mean it. I mean, sure, it could be a shit show. Most of my fights kind of turn into a shit show, but this one is not a shit show. And you know what? I say that most of my fights turn into a shit show, and they're not shit shows, but this time I'm really serious. This one will not be a shit show. We have two elite fighters in the prime of their careers. You know what? I say that shit all the time, too. I don't even know. They're two guys, 4 belts, 1 cup. See you, Fred. I start with you, Andrew Lavachet.
Kids.
4 belts, 2 titles, 1 cup. What say you, Ramirez Taylor, Andrew?
This is an excellent fight. Look, they're both champions. They're unifying. They're making history, right? This is all the belts on the line here. Mm-hmm. Josh Taylor is putting together one of the just a great run here. What was it? God damn it! It left me 5 undefeated fighters. It's going to be his 5th undefeated fighter, I believe. He already fought Prograis too for a title, so it'd be Prograis and Ramirez on that list if he was able to defeat Ramirez. I don't think we've ever seen that. 2 undefeated champions and 5 undefeated fighters. Matter of fact, we can go to his record. Any of you guys got his record up? Gosh darn it, I had it and I let it go.
2 other computers, and you guys can't do that while I'm previewing stories. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is going to be his 5th. Yes, this is going to be his 5th undefeated fighter in a row, Lee. in a row, and one of them's already been a champ. This is going to be his second champion. If he pulls that off, yeah, Taylor becomes a superstar over there really fast. Everyone can step to the side because it'll be Josh Taylor now putting his name in the hat with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua.
Miguel Antonio Barragán.
I'm definitely pretty excited about this one. This is, as Andrew was saying, the unification bout. If I'm not mistaken, the first time in the 4-belt era that all of them are going to be unified, and it will be for, the undisputed, lineal junior welterweight or super lightweight, whichever you want to call it, championship between two undefeated fighters who are still in their prime. Ultimately, the winner of this is going to make themselves a star in this division, and Top Rank will have themselves, a unified undisputed champion at lightweight and at junior welterweight. So it's pretty crazy. 2 weight divisions back to back that Top Rank will have total control over. But definitely looking forward to it because this is the way we want to see in boxing: the best fight the best, and we're going to see it in May.
Okay, well there you go. Hold on. How did I lose control of this whole thing? I actually lost my next story. There it is.
I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, who do you guys think he wants to win? Taylor or Ramirez? Who does Top Rank want more? Who does ESPN want more?
You know what? I want to say Josh Taylor he's English, right? Or
yes.
Am I? Okay, I want to say him because they got plenty of Latino stars. I want to say he's going to try to open up a market in the UK. I'm going to go with Josh Taylor. I think they're going to want him to win.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, it's possible. I never seen the 4 undefeated fighters in a row. I didn't see that until recently. That's a big mark on there. And then if he does take out Ramirez, who is number 1 in the division, yeah, Josh Taylor would be a damn star. It's gonna be it's a toss up on who they want. Bob loves his Mexican fighters. Obviously, the kid Ramirez is undefeated, 26-0.
Right of Mexicans.
Yes, he's Mexican American. He's connected really to the farmers, right? He loves backing up the farm workers down there in well, it's not even in Southern California, where we're central on. He's in Fresno. So there's that side of it. But yeah, Josh Taylor, I don't know. Ricky Hatton used to make a whole lot of money. Whole lot. There was a rumor he made more money than Floyd the night they fought. On guaranteed purse. I don't know what the pay-per-views did for Floyd, probably put him ahead, but on guaranteed, because he was coming on with both sides of getting a big dime on both sides of the pond, he actually made more than Floyd that night. So yeah, it's a hard one to pick.
Miguel, you're one of the Mexican guys, right?
Yes, one of them.
What about that Paisel soup? I really like that shit.
The what soup?
Paisel, the pig brain.
The menudo?
No, that's the shit sack, right? I'm talking pig brain.
Yeah, damn.
Pazuki. How do you say it?
Albondigas? I'm gonna go with that one. I'm gonna go with the albondigas.
I'm sure you're Mexican.
I'm pretty
He's
sure.
saying something about brain soup, bro. Is there a brain soup?
Is there a brain soup?
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to this, and I can't get involved, or it really ruins the image. Let's move forward because the joke is not officially over. It's Pozzoli. Pozzoli?
Pozole.
Yeah.
Pozole is not brain soup, bro.
It's actually sometimes made with pig's brain. Yeah, sorry to tell you. Yeah, it is.
No, I love pozole. Pozole is the reason why I never went back to menudo. You guys, what the fuck? What are we doing here? What are we? Oh my goodness. Hey man, I used to eat that shit. Oh my gosh. And then my lady was like, here, eat this one. I'm like, oh, that's real meat. Like, what's this? This is pozole. I was like, what the fuck? I went home, yelled at my mom, my grandma. I was fucking pissed. My mom used to put pig's feet in that shit, bro. I was a young man.
Pig's parts.
Yeah, fucking sucking on pig's feet, and there's this fucking thing called pozole sitting on the other side of the counter. Come on now. What? Oh, man. Yeah, I never went back. My dad goes, don't. My dad says, don't forget where you come from. I said, fuck that. I am not eating fucking stomach and pig's feet if there's one that has pork in it. What the fuck?
Hey, head to the vegan market in Melbourne. From 2 o'clock to 9 o'clock on Friday, and visit Sam Navagero's Gelato area and get yourself a scoop of non-pig free, well, it's definitely pig free gelato. Oh, so good. So good. Red Jones Jr. says he'll probably fight again. No shit, said TMZ. 52-year-old Roy Jones Jr. says he's ready for another boxing match after the war with Mike Tyson. TMZ, calm yourself. War would not be the word I'd use. Roy has set his sights on 45-year-old and retired and old and tired Anderson Silva, rightly considered one of the greatest MMA athletes of all time, a decade ago. So why Silva and not a rematch with Iron Mike? I think Mike is going to fight Evander, Jones said. What I'm thinking is I'll probably fight somebody else too. Cool, Roy. I start with you, Miguel Antonio Barragan. The geriatrics division continues. Are you excited to see Anderson Silva fight Roy Jones?
I am not in the slightest. Maybe I would have been excited back in like 07. But I mean, now, not so much. I know these guys have been kind of circling one another for a long ass time. I see them take pictures next to one another. They admire one another, and I'm sure they want to throw down. So I get it. I understand where they're coming from, but it isn't something I necessarily want to tune in for, let alone pay for myself. But hey, you know, these guys are going to go at it. Anderson is considered one of the best strikers in MMA history, not necessarily with his hands per se, more with his feet. But nonetheless, he has okay defense.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, I mean, he could throw down with his hands. I'm not saying he can't, but of course, he's a complete fighter. He throws a lot of kicks, a lot of elbows, a lot of knees. There's where his I guess his pedigree is Muay Thai, but he could throw hands. You know, I don't know whether or not he can take a punch from a boxer, even if he's a retired boxer. But I mean, if we're gonna tune in and watch it, might as well. I hope it's free. I sure as hell hope it's not on Triller for fucking $50 or whatever.
That's definitely
VIP, our sponsor. Hold on, for our sponsor, VIP FrontRow.net.
Yes.
Go ahead, Andrew.
That's definitely what it's going to be. Listen, they think Roy Jones had something to do with that the $80 million they brought in on the pay-per-view. When the fact is, it was Mike Tyson. Mike has always driven the pay-per-view market. He's a legend here, and no, Roy Jones could come back with Anderson Silva, and it's not going to do half of what it did on that night with Mike Tyson. So I hope they don't do this fight. This fight is old. It's over. You know, I understand why Roy's seen the money, you guys. Obviously, they seen how much they brought in. He thinks he had something to do with that, which he did. He had a little bit to do with it. But you guys got to remember, Roy Jones is not a pay-per-view star. He had like what, 2, maybe pay-per-view, 3, and maybe at the end he might have had some. But in his prime, when he's the middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight kingpin, he has like 2 fucking pay-per-views. I'm going to say it's James Toney and Julio Gonzalez. He has 2 pay-per-view events. No, it was not him that drove the price of that pay-per-view the other night when they fought, him and Mike. So, no, I hope they don't go with this fight here. I haven't even heard of Anderson Silva in a while. Is he still competing, at least in the MMA? Do you guys see him, hear him? Is he active in the UFC?
He was literally like up until last year. Like he was literally was fighting up until last year. So he has been active, but I mean his chin is shot. You know, he's fighting against these guys. The second he gets clipped, you know, you can see his body jolt. Like he's not, he definitely can't take a punch anymore, you know, and I get that. So it's just he's had some pretty messed up. Like 2013 is when the fight or his career started going downhill. And from then it's just never been the same. You know, he's already older, 45 or whatever it is he is. And you know, we see it nowadays. He's doing well, you know, he gets a little cocky, puts his hands down or whatever, and then, you know, he tries to bring his hands back up and then he gets stuck and then he goes down. So he can't take a punch any longer. He should be away, you know, he should be retired officially, but literally up until about like last year, I think it was middle of last year, was when he officially called it quits, and the UFC finally said, okay, release him, where he's not fighting for us anymore.
Gotcha.
Moving forward, TMZ once again, now in the boxing, got a hold of David Benavidez. And you're saying TMZ got a hold of David Benavidez? That's what I said when I read the article as well. And here's what David Benavidez had to say. I'll knock Canelo out.
Of course you will. Of course.
Hey, Andrew, I want to be in TMZ, so can you write this article for me? You can be TMZ. Hey, Andrew, I'll knock Canelo out. It takes a lot of balls to say that, but the reason I'm saying that is because really, I know I'm not going to fight him. I truly believe I'm the only one who can beat him and stop Canelo, but I'm not going to fight him. So I can say whatever I really want. By the way, if you think I'm joking about these comments, these are pretty close to the actual comments. I believe exactly as they said it. It takes a lot of balls to say that, but the reasons why I'm saying that is because I really, fully, truly believe I'm the one that can beat and stop Canelo. Now, let me say it again because I probably did all my jokes too fast. It takes a lot of balls to say that. You know why I can say it? Because I'm never going to fight him. All right, let's just stop there. I don't even think the dude deserves more time on this article. He then goes on to say, I want to fight Samuel Charlo, and then Caleb Plant, and then I'm going to climb the Empire State Building and fight Mike Tyson. All right, David Benavidez, you're worth maybe $500,000 a fight, and you think you're going to fight the tops in the division. I'd start with you, Miguel. Perhaps Lee Harnish doesn't know enough about boxing, and perhaps David Benavidez is a bigger star.
Before you go, Miguel, Lee, you are talking to a young man that had a title stripped because of a drug problem. So
yeah, well, clearly it's happening again. He's $500,000 a fight on his best day, and this dude's talking, I'm going to fight the top in the division. I can knock them all out.
I'm just saying.
I'd say that too.
I'm not calling his comment. I'm not calling him a crackhead. I'm just saying it's a little crackish, right? Like, come on. I fully believe. Okay, hey, hold on, everyone. He fucking fully believes he's gonna knock out Canelo. I'm totally backing you, bro. I'm back.
Wait, breaking news. I'm just being handed this. You know what, Andrew? I truly, fully believe I'm gonna win the lottery.
That just sounds a little crackish, man.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Miguel Antonio Baragon, what say you about David? I'm smoking crack Benavidez.
Well, I mean, of course he would say that, right? Everybody's going to go after the Canelo sweepstakes in hopes that they get it. I mean, it's kind of ironic that he got his belt stripped by not making weight, even though crack doesn't fucking make you eat. So I don't know how the hell it happened. Personally, I'm a fan of Benavidez. I do legitimately think that he's one of the dudes who will give Canelo a better fight than most at super middleweight, even Caleb Plant. But to knock him out, I mean, come on, dude. We're talking about the number one pound for pound dude. I get it. He's going to want to talk what he's going to want to talk. He's going to try to win those sweepstakes. I understand where he's coming from. He's going to have to do with the promoting outside of the ring. I get it. But, I mean, what else is he going to say? Of course he's going to say. I mean, no one's going to ask him and be like, no, he's going to fuck me up. He's not going to say that, right? He's going to be trying to sell the fight as much as he can, basically.
And seriously, I asked you guys this the other day when they made this fight with. It's funny. He names Charlo. He names Plant, Canelo. But then they announced Ronald Ellis as the opponent. So give me a fucking break here. Whenever these guys are signed, they call out everybody else. It always works that way. And then when the fight's over, they fucking disappear. All of them. It's a disappearing act always for about a year. They don't go. You heard Spence the other day. He got crucified for it, but he comes out. Oh, I want to ride horses. I want to go to my farm. He didn't call out anybody. So I expect the same thing from Benavidez after he beats Ronald Ellis on March 13th, probably by decision. They'll go and he will disappear. He won't say a thing about Canelo. Now, Plant, that fight should already happened. Lee, both of these guys were champs in the division, WBC, IBF. Both of these guys are undefeated. Both of these guys worked for Al Heyman. What the fuck stopped that fight? What? Look at their records. Like, how many title defenses did they need before they unified against each other? So, no, they don't want it. They don't want the big fights. I'm not scared. I'm not nervous. What's the word? I have
skeptical.
Yeah, that any of these PBC guys really want Canelo. I just, come on. They want their title. They want to take photos. They want to buy the houses and the cars. They don't really want to go to bed at night thinking they're going to fight the best fighter in the world, or they would have done it already. They would have fought each other. And Plant, he had his opportunity at Canelo. What did he say? I didn't have enough time. Fuck out of here.
What moving forward to my favorite story from just yesterday. No numbers yet on the Shields fight. Shocker. Superwoman fight, Shields versus Decare, all-female pay-per-view event. Final numbers are still coming in, stated a press release from Shields promoter Dmitry, I'm not really Russian, Silva, and Shields manager Mark Taffet, the organizer of the event. Yeah. They added that the pay-per-view buys are reassuring. Wait, let me do it again. Quote, reassuring. And have, quote, already surpassed all projected sales and expectation, which is more than 10, I would imagine. What the actual projections were and are have not yet been disclosed. The event was a sellout because they only sold 375 seats in her hometown of Flint, Michigan.
And they're giving them away. She was giving them away on her Facebook page.
300 of them were her family, for God's sakes.
No, listen. Hey, listen. You know, before you clown on her pay-per-view, I got to say, DAZN's been real quiet about Saul Alvarez's numbers. Has anyone heard about what Saul Alvarez did the other night? Because I haven't. I haven't seen one headline. Just the ratings.
How many subscriptions they got additionally?
Yeah, subscriptions or a viewership, a number. You know, I don't. Fuck Manny Pacquiao. They used to say there wasn't crime in the Philippines when Manny fought. You know, is there anything? Is there anything that shows us that Canelo is pushing the biggest number in the sports? Because I haven't seen it on their end either. Example.
Miguel.
Example,
No,
when they
oh, go ahead.
when he fought the first time on DAZN, didn't they say it was like the most used app that day on Saturday or some shit like that? Isn't there a way they can
subscriptions or something?
They can tell you that.
Came out and they were given like a free, or I don't know if they still do that, like the free week or whatever the hell it was. I forgot the first free month if you were to enroll or register. So I think that's when it kicked off in that fight with what the fuck was that? I think it was Rocky Fielding. But I mean, yeah, that they totally, like, within the following Tuesday, they had the numbers out. I don't remember what the numbers were, but they literally had them out like the following Tuesday. I haven't heard this one, though.
I haven't heard anything about Twitter. I mean, I remember when Canelo used to be the most hashtag name right after a fight. Yeah, I haven't heard shit about Canelo either. So go ahead on Shields, but I'll back her up that it looks like the face of our sport isn't doing too big in numbers either right now.
Well, okay. I agree. I don't know where to go with it. I mean, I think it's funny that they're just covering up the numbers because they're only expected to sell 100 pay-per-views and 300 tickets. Jesus. If your expectations are that low, then yeah, I don't think you have to worry about shit. I mean, yeah, Clarissa, we only paid her $50 for the fight. I mean, if I'm Mark Taffet, I'm laughing at the whole thing.
I hope Taffet's laughing. This is a man that used to run the HBO boxing program.
Yes, he is. I mean, I give him credit for
sticking around as long as he has with this whole project he's doing here. Hopefully there's light at the end of the tunnel, but just haven't seen it so far.
Well, that takes us to the biggest news of the day. That's right. Trailer, you remember them because this is Trailer Night. That's right. Jake Paul is taking on Ben Askren. And you're saying to yourself, that doesn't make any sense. I agree.
We can't cover this. We can't cover this.
Oh, we have to.
No, Lee.
This will be the first time ever they're fighting at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You're shitting me. The undercard of the 4-hour show will be announced shortly. The rumors include Antonio Tarver versus Frank Mir. Okay? And my favorite, Regis Progress taking on Ivan Redcock. I just like saying Redcock.
Is that racist? Is that like a Native American
joke? Back to you, Miguel.
Back to me.
I don't know.
I'm not sure if I'm excited by this one. I saw a couple of videos of Askren, in sparring. Definitely not promising or reassuring by any stretch of the imagination. But I don't know. I mean, of course, I mean, I want to see Regis. I like Regis. I like watching his fights. The only like real legitimate fight on the damn card. But man, Triller's just coming with the fucking circus sideshows, aren't they?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Andrew, do you want to jump in?
You can't cover this. This is garbage. Look, Tarver Mir, that's decent because they're both fighters. Prograis, Redcock, you know, they're fucking fighters. I'll cover that shit. But I give a fuck about Jake Paul, his brother, or any other fucking celebrity that's trying to make a dime off of boxing. Yeah, I'm not going to cover that. Hopefully Tarver has enough in his tank to beat Frank Mir. It'd be kind of embarrassing if he gets beat up by Frank Mir. And Prograis, you know, fuck, man. I don't know how he even ended up on this. Isn't he with PBC? Like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
He did like a one. It's like a one fight thing because he was on the undercard of a recent PBC. What was it? I think it was the Charlo doubleheader. I don't remember.
Right.
But yeah, but it was just like a one fight, like one shot deal to my knowledge. I mean, clearly because he's now in this fucking circus sideshow. But yeah, I don't think he's. I want to say he left Lou DiBella. He was a free
There's
agent.
something wrong with him. There's something wrong with Prograis. I don't know what it is. I don't like starting rumors, but man, he's been through a lot of companies. Why isn't anyone landed this guy solid? He's only got one defeat, right?
Yeah.
He's only got one defeat. Why has he been bounced around so much? He's not doing something right. They're figuring out. Yeah,
the self-promotion thing is working out for him.
Yeah, I don't know, man, because he was with DiBella.
Yeah.
Then he worked with, I want to say he did a fight with Bob Arum too. Then he goes to PBC, and now he's fucking over here with Triller. Yeah, it's weird. Something's up with him. I don't know, maybe he eats a lot on the off time or some shit. I don't know.
Because this is Triller night. Which takes us to our last and final story and our biggest story of the week. That's right, Chocolatito is fighting this weekend, as we discussed earlier. But the reason I'm making this our final story, Chocolatito reflects on his Hall of Fame career. I don't know where this shit started, and this is what I'm ending the show on.
Damn, he's gonna shit on his.
What the fuck are they talking about? Okay, I'll start with you, Miguel. I don't care what his quotes are. I don't give a fuck what he says. I don't even give a shit if he wins on Saturday. Okay? What Hall of Fame career? How did he wind up on the top 10 pound for pound as like number one for 1 minute? Okay? And then considered it's a Hall of Fame career.
I mean, really, like, HBO was on this dude's jock big time. Like, they were just verbal fellatio left and right by Roy Jones Jr. Like, they were just on this dude's jock so hard. And every time, like, me and my dad would laugh. My dad in particular, every time he would hear, like, Jones say that shit, like, what the fuck, number one pound for pound? Really, like, not to say that maybe he didn't belong on the list there, but to consider him the number one at the time, I was like, what the fuck, damn, they're really pushing him. I think that's literally his 15 minutes of fame. HBO was just on his jock hardcore, and that he is just milking that every step of the way. I mean, what else? I mean, what else can be really? We know a lot of guys don't, or a lot of fans don't really pay attention to the small dudes unless it's big names like it is going to be this weekend. But I mean, really beyond that,
you know, there were three fighters really that got a raise, promotion. I don't know how you would say it when the PBC was formed.
Mm-hmm.
All HBO fighters left, man. The whole future left at one time. And they went searching. And all of a sudden they grabbed Chocolatito, they grabbed Lomachenko, they grabbed Triple G, and all these guys became legends and pound for pound guys and the boogeyman of the whole sport. They built all those stories up because they had nothing. And I think the guys that continue to run with Chocolatito are just the little, you know, they're the guys that half-ass do the reporting. I don't know, because if you ever really looked at Chocolatito's career, no, he's not as great as people said he was, or as HBO said he was. Excuse me. Hall of Fame career, you know, fuck, who knows, man? Doesn't everyone get in the Hall of Fame? You have a classic fight and you get into the Hall of Fame. It seems
I'm not getting in the Hall of Fame, Andrew.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure your Danny fight might get you there, Lee. You brought a lot to the sport.
Yes, you bring into the sport as much as Jake Paul and fucking Logan Paul.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
Bring eyeballs to
man. I'm looking for the career-defining moment where this guy should have jumped on the top 10. Instead, we're talking about fighting Estrada again for the first time in 9 years. Yes, I said that. Here it is, the last time he fought him, and he won by unanimous decision in 2012 at the sports arena where they don't even do boxing anymore in Los Angeles. That's how long ago it was. And then what? What, Brian Valoria, the big TKO win against the Hawaiian Punch in 2015? Oh, maybe it's McWilliams Arroyo. Quadras?
Timing. That's all it was, man. Sometimes in life, that's all you need to get ahead is just the time that it happens.
Well, the part that tells me is he got this superstar status after these back-to-back losses, right, to Wayne Cock, or whatever the hell his name is, Wayne Dick.
Actually, that's when he falls, man.
That's the downside.
Is it after Quadras that he got the nod?
Yeah, after the Quadras fight, I think after the Valoria fight is when people really noticed him, or at least HBO really started talking about him. But that Quadras fight is kind of what solidified his status. He's a great fighter. I'm not gonna say he's not great, but I mean the fact that they immediately threw him into the #1 pound for pound spot, or at least HBO and Roy Jones Jr. did. But yeah, these two fights with Soaring, whatever the fuck his name is, that was the beginning of that. Yes.
Sorang Vinsai is what they called him on HBO, though. He has two names.
Yeah, I know.
I just know him as the guy that eats rats.
Sorgi Wang Vinsai. Yeah, I know. His real name is Wayne Dick. Wayne Cock. One night in Wayne Cock. Okay, sorry. That's a bad joke. Yeah, I agree. I wanted to end on the story because it's a pick 'em fight. I mean, if you really look at the odds for the weekend, it's exciting, right? On paper, it's a pick 'em fight. It should be exciting. I'm not holding my breath. I think it's going to be two old guys who are not going to fight lightweights. They're not going to go full throttle. They're not going to stand toe to toe. I think it's going to be a boring fight. I'm predicting this right now. It's a boring fight. Sorry. It's a 12-round boring fight with who cares as the winner. This isn't deciding anything. This isn't bringing anybody back to the top 10. This is a shit show created by HBO. There, I said it. That's my take.
Estrada's coming off of 2 knockouts. He has 3 in his last 4 fights. Chocolatito was knocked out in a devastating way in his last big fight. I'm looking at Estrada to put an end to this rivalry here.
He is favored at plus 155 at the moment, Andrew. It's still pretty much a pick.
Well, here's the question: if Estrada wins, they're officially now 1-1, and would there be a third? Would it be a tiebreaker?
That's 6 years from today, right? They fight every 6 or 7 years, like Haley's Comet. So what would I be doing in 2028? Yeah, I guess. I'm sure Fight Net will be around. Sure, I'll see that fight in 2028. The Geriatric Society.
If it's a clear win, if I'm Estrada, you got to strike while you're hot, man. And there's a young man over there in Japan, in a way, that's one division higher than him. I think he has to make a move to try to cash in that check. That would be a huge fight for both fighters. I think that's something they can't pass by with trying to get a third fight with Chocolatito. It does nothing for them. This fight barely. All this fight is for is a makeup fight, right? This is just so they can say, yeah, he defeated everybody that he ever faced in the division. That's great. Move it on. And then we move on to Inoue. And that could be this generation, could be people, Pacquiao versus Marquez.
Aren't you hopeful? Hey, everybody. When you're in Queen Victoria's Market. Yeah.
He's pretty damn good, man.
Yeah, I like Inoue. But Inoue isn't 80 years old fighting in a lightweight division. Dude, Chocolatito is an old dude.
He's good. He's gonna be
He
good.
will get knocked the fuck out by Inoue.
Who will?
That's not even a debate. Gonzalez will get fucking knocked out by Inoue. So either one of them will get fucking knocked out by.
He got dropped by his what's his name, Quadras in the last
Quadras,
fight. He was stunned.
yes.
And the fact that he does get hit, he does have the habit of like leaning back and putting his hands down. He does that shit against fucking Inoue, and he's going to sleep.
Yes.
He cannot put his damn hands down. It'll be a bad night for him if he does that bullshit with Inoue.
Clear-cut favorite is Inoue. Hottest fight in those two divisions would be them two meeting each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey everybody, visit Queen Victoria's Market and find Sam Navagero at the Gelatarium stand because apparently he's got vegan gelato, which I don't know how you make since it's made with milk, but I'm sure Sam can explain how you use tofu milk or some bullshit foo-foo thing like that. For all
Hey,
three
no,
of our
that's a
listeners,
vegan market. Vegan market. Oh,
vegan market.
oh
Vegan.
man.
They'll be wearing hemp and smoking pot and singing Kumbaya.
And have
You can
dreadlocks.
smoke. Yeah, you can smoke all the weed you want. Those hot dogs and hamburgers will not taste like hot dogs and hamburgers. Tell you that right now.
Mhm. I agree. I've had some myself.
I got up in front of a bunch of people and threw my whole fucking plate out. Pissed off one time. These people invited me into lunch at a business. I was like, all right, I never do it. This time I said, why not? I seen there was hot dogs and hamburgers. Fucking
They were tofu.
yeah,
They
they
were tofu.
fucking
Mm-hmm.
over there in Palo
Mhm.
Alto by Stanford. You know who I was fucking with.
Yeah, I do. And hey, for all of those who want to be fucked with, go to the plant-based paradise at Queen Victoria's Market. Go to Sam Navagero's gelato booth and go, hey Sam, how are you making gelato without milk? Would it be called gelato if you weren't using milk and you were using tofu milk instead of real milk?
So it's a vegan gelato, huh? That's
He would have
weird.
to, wouldn't he?
Is it? Hold on. But there's what I don't understand how it's vegan. Is it?
Maybe they make it with fucking almond milk. They squeeze in almonds.
Almond? Well, I mean, regular.
Almonds. Almonds. Yes. Are they squeezing almonds? Oh fuck! Here you go.
How was it not vegan to begin with? I guess I don't get it. Did it? I mean,
Well, okay, milk comes from a cow. I guess for the educational
Yeah, you
purposes.
milk though? Gelato? I thought it was just like ice and fucking.
Gelato's made with milk.
Oh, is it?
I don't want to come
I
off
thought it
as
was
I know
ice cream.
about gelato, but gelato's made with milk. It's a milk-based ice cream.
What the hell? Damn. Okay. All right. I'll have to look this. I'm looking into this. I did not know that.
There you go. Wait, how do you make vegan gelato?
I thought regular.
Oh, look
ice
at
cream.
these.
I thought
Damn it.
regular ice cream had milk. I was like, all right, cream, I get it. I didn't know gelato.
How do you get ingredients for?
I don't think I know what
wait,
the fuck gelato really
It
is.
would be dairy-free. To this day, my favorite and simplest way of making vegan gelato is to replace the usual milk cream and egg yolk with coconut milk.
There you go.
It sounds pretty gross.
Yeah.
You know,
That
I thought
sucks.
gelato was like a fucking, Italian version of a raspado, if you guys know what raspado is. Like, I legit thought that's what it was. It was just like shaved ice and whatever flavoring you add to that shit. I didn't know it had milk.
Yeah.
I like paletas, where it's got like a dead hand inside the ice cream bar. That's
Yeah. And fingernails. Why not?
fingernails. How do those guys make money on paletas? Like, how do those little carts make any cash?
That's your guess is as good as mine.
They make a lot of money over here on a summer day. No, they'll stop them over here.
It's right up there with the guys who make fruit cups. How are you making money? Are you selling drugs at this cart? Like, how does that work? You just gave me 40 pounds of fruit in a cup for like $5. Oh, well. Hey, visit the plant-based paradise at Queen Victoria Market this Friday from 2 until 9. Visit Sam Navagero, stand right in his face and go,
Hey, Lee.
Yeah.
You could say maybe that's how much the big guy is ripping you off. Huh? Have you ever thought of it that way? Now, go smoke some weed to that one.
Wait. Or they're using shitty fruits that the people who've climbed over the wall that are illegally in the country are shitting on, and then laughing at white guys like me who are buying fruit
Oh
from
my
cartons.
gosh, that is the most racist thing I've ever heard.
Really? Do you not remember the whole strawberry discussion? Was it strawberries? No, it was cilantro.
I don't think people
Cilantro.
come over here and shit on food. No, that's absolutely wrong. Thank you for ending the show like that. That's a good way to end it. What a dick.
Let's end it on a different note. Andrew, your favorite promotion, PBC, celebrated its 6th birthday a couple of days ago. So their 6th-year anniversary yesterday, the 7th of March.
And that would make it
still afloat.
And that would make it, if we do the math, that would make it 2015. And we just told you motherfuckers that Chocolatito's career was born in what? 2015. God damn. Full circle. That's a good way.
You know what? Flat Earth started in 2015.
Hey, HBO was like, what are we going to do? I don't know. There's this Nicaragua and he's 50-0. Fuck it, he's great. Bring him up here. That's all that happened there, people. It's all nothing to see here. Should get knocked out on Saturday.
Trump thought about running for the White House in 2015. Work it out, people.
Hey, they have new videos of a person planting bombs around the Capitol before the riots. So look for that to be all over our headlines for the next month. The hunt for the masked man. That should be on the news for the next few months.
9/11 really happened in 2015. Everybody worked that shit out.
Keep you occupied. Hey, oh Jesus, don't get me started. As a guy who works in buildings, believe me, I think I would have known if bombs were being planted in the buildings that I'm working at, but fuck. Whatever. Hey, what are you doing running all those wires? Oh, nothing to see here. Just keep on moving. Keep on.
You planted that dynamite there. God, you didn't see that in here.
Are you trying to say, Andrew, that the conspiracy of hundreds of pounds of cable and cord and plastic in a building is highly unlikely?
Oh, shit. They did it overnight, Lee. They could do that. Fucking
They
guys.
did it at 3 a.m. just hours before, dude. In 2015, everybody worked that shit out. Oh, so great. You're right. This ended much stronger, Miguel. Much stronger than the cilantro.
Good job, Miguel, with the PVC. You know how to do
By the
it.
way, the cilantro that had Ebola, 2015. Worked that shit
Ay.
Jeez.
George Lopez sucks.
There's the title. Cilantro shit, 2015. Get it? Look it out. Look it out, people. Go visit us on social media. I don't know. Go visit Sam Navagero. Go oi, because he loves it when people walk up to him and go, oi.
If just one of you could do it, it would be awesome.
Yes, and if we can get it on tape.
I don't think he'd ever admit to it if it actually happened. That's my feeling.
I do. Yes, I do. Sam would love that shit, man. He got him a customer.
Honest to God, I think there's one other person in Australia who listens to this show. So the odds of him being near a plant-based expo. Look, everybody listening to Fight Net Radio is not eating vegan food. Like, I just don't believe that.
Yeah, fucking vegans. Yeah, that sucks, man. Yeah, I can't stand that food.
More importantly, because we haven't talked about you, we are #1 sports show in Iran, and we have not talked to you guys in a while, and we just wanted to let you know, Andrew and I have not forgotten, and to all of you in Iran. By the way, that's a real stat, Miguel. Real stat.
Oh, it was fucking awesome, Miguel.
#1 sports and recreation podcast in Iran.
If I wasn't had to have 4 kids and a wife, I'd say it was one of the best moments of my life until I seen it was fucking where was it at?
Iran.
No, it wasn't Iran. Egypt, man. Shit.
Forgive me, Egypt. Yeah, that's another terrorist country. Who cares?
Jesus.
What do you want me to tell you? We're big with the terrorists. We're the reason for terrorism. What would you prefer here? And yes, that's a real stat. Everybody feel free to Google #1 sports and recreation show in Egypt, and it's Fight Net Radio.
Have you guys ever Googled DJ Khaled? You gotta do it now that Lee keeps talking about terrorists. Google DJ Khaled, see where he starts. It's kind of weird. I was like, really? I think they were
I
like,
don't even know which
he's gonna do it.
Oh,
DJ Khaled. I'm going to hit the actual button because I spelled his name wrong. All right, hold on. There we go. There. What am I looking for?
For at where he started and what his name was. It's like Bombsy Squad or Terrorist Bomb. I was like, oh, that is not a. Yeah, I was like, that is not a good beginning to your career.
It's like DJ Detonator or some shit. Oh, no.
Wait, are you ready? There you go. Other names: Beat Novocaine and Arab Attack.
Terror Attack. Yeah. Hey, look, Terror Squad. There it is, working with the Terror Squad. I'm telling you, I was like, these are all questionable names, DJ Khaled or Khaled, whatever the fuck your name is.
Salad. Like salad. Khaled for salad.
All right. I'm done being mean for the day.
Yeah, I'm glad you got that out of your system. Go to Fight Net Radio on social media, fight.net.radio. Check out our 197-part Klitschko series on Behind the Klitschko's Behind the Peace. We're very proud of it. We put it together. It's over 16 hours of documentary space about the Klitschkos, how they bang stars and celebrities.
Hey,
and
I'm getting
save
a
the
call.
world.
I wish I could put you guys on speakers. We could fuck with the. I'm getting a call about car warranty, I think, right now. Oh, they hung up. Son of a gun. I would have put it on speaker. That would have been great.
Antonio Barragon is at Fight Fiend Migs. You guys didn't know this. This is kind of the tie-in. He's doing a 4-part DJ Khaled documentary that's going to premiere next week. You guys didn't know this, but DJ Khaled was also known as Rocket Right Hand, and he was a professional boxer for 1 minute. And it was all captured by our man at Fight Fiend Migs on both Instagram and YouTube. So check that out. We're really proud of that series as well. And don't forget his Oscar de la Hoya documentary, Behind the Spoon. That's what we're calling it. That's actually pretty funny.
You're very busy, Miguel. Thank you for everything that you do, though.
You're welcome. Yeah, I'm proud of my contributions.
When I'm at work, all I do is watch them on YouTube, bro. Seriously.
Well, I'm busy slowly lowering both of your Q ratings as to ever work for a prestigious boxing website ever for the rest of your life. But hey, they're both here every week, putting up with my craziness and my rants while I make fun of the wonderful world of boxing. That I must love it. I don't either that or I'm an abused wife. I don't know what else to call my fascination with boxing at this point. Check us all out on social media. Follow all of us. Go follow us on anywhere. Just type in Fight Net Radio. You'll get one of our pages. Click, subscribe, like. We appreciate you all. We'll talk to you guys next week.